Hello and welcome everybody. This is Amanda Rose, your media director from Archer Travel Service, and today I'm so excited to welcome back, but new to Australia agents, Mike King from RoomRes. How are you doing today, Mike?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me here. Really happy to be back in Australia. As I was actually in the Archer Travel office with the team out there a few weeks ago in LA. So happy to be back in Australia.
Yeah, and we're happy to see you all the way from Australia. I know there's agents in Australia right now that are joining us, so we're excited to have them too. So actually, good morning to you all. And yeah, well, I know you have a lot of things to share, and I just want to remind everyone if you have any questions for Mike, please submit them in chat. We'll have Q&A at the end. Also, don't forget to submit your email in chat today. And if there's, I think that's it. So without further ado, Mike, I'll let you get started.
Great, thanks a lot. So yeah, happy to be here. My name's Michael King. I'm head of operations for roomres.com. We're actually based in Sydney, Australia. We do have an operation out in the US. We've been working with Archer Travel out in the US for some time, as many of you will know, as you had a profile on the US account. Today, I'm going to be talking about our launch here in Australia, the differences, as there are some differences with how we operate in Australia and how generally Australian travel agents work very differently compared to our US counterparts. So I'm going to show you the platform. I'm going to explain how you can log in, some of our main differences. Without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and jump straight into the dedicated Archer Travel profile. So you should be able to see my screen here. Um, now, I just want to call out anyone who had an existing Archer Travel profile and you were registered on the US Archer Travel profile, your login has automatically been migrated to this Australian profile where we charge in Australian dollars. The support team is based here in Sydney. They're all ex-travel professionals. So your profile, if you log in with your login and password, when you come into our homepage around here in the same place, top right, you can log in. You should be able to log straight in, and you will see it looks very similar to the US profile, but it's in AUD. Those of you that are brand new to Archer Travel and didn't have a profile already, you would have received an activation link from RoomRes. If you didn't, it often goes to your spam folder because there's a link in there to click and create a password. If you didn't get that link, then you can contact our support team on this email address or give us a call here. We respond super quick to email generally. So shoot us an email and we'll check out your profile and see if you need to be sent a password reset or if you need to be added or something needs to be done. But those with an account already, you can just log straight in using the same email address and password. If you've forgotten to do a password reset, those that were brand new to Archer in the last few weeks or month and didn't register on anywhere on RoomRes before, you would have received an activation link to your registered email address with Archer Travel. If you ever want to change your email address, go to Archer Travel. They will shoot us a note and we can then amend your details. So I'm going to go to our homepage. RoomRes is a dedicated platform strictly for travel agents. We don't work with the general public. Our rates are extremely competitive. And as I'm going to show you here, our model in Australia is even more beneficial for travel agents and those booking. So we're going to let's do like a simple 1 night search in Singapore. Now, you see this box here, include package rates. Just leave that ticked, totally fine. It gives you access to some other rates from suppliers that we work with. Now, I like to search by destination. You can search by hotel name here in the box or some points of interest. But where RoomRes is very, very different to other platforms and where we really shook up the market here, we launched in Australia and then in the US. We search differently to other platforms. Other platforms will show hotels at the top of their list because if you book that one on the top of the list or on that first page, it makes them more money. RoomRes is going to show you the hotels where you can beat the big online players. Okay, so I'll explain that in more detail. We're doing Singapore 20th of September, one night, one room, two adults. We're going to run the search. Now, what RoomRes is doing right now is looking at all the properties in Singapore and comparing the rates, net rates you can buy at versus the online rates from online providers, right? So it's just return the results, and I'm going to explain that a little more. Now, the Marina Bay Sands, a very famous hotel, top of our list. And, you know, it's a pricey hotel. However, you've got all these filters on the side. We could search by hotel name here, star rating, drill down a little more. But I really want to explain and make clear the sort order. You see here, it says sort by recommended. So our recommended properties will be those where you can earn the most margin and provide value for your clients. So what does that mean? Marina Bay Sands is top of the list because there's no online rate available from the OTAs, which is what professional travel agents and the industry call online travel agents. So that'll be the big known brands where people go. However, probably a better example from the top of the list will be this one here. So the Rendezvous Hotel Singapore, super popular hotel in Singapore. Probably many of you know it. Look at the rates here. The Archer special rate is $266 a night. That is what you would pay on RoomRes. On RoomRes Australia, you will come in, you will put your credit card in, you would buy for $266. The cheapest, and what that's showing you, the cheapest lead-in rate, net rate, RoomRes can get from one of our providers for you is $266 a night. The same hotel, the cheapest lead-in, the largest online travel agency is showing to the general public is $395. So if your client had seen the Rendezvous online on one of these big online travel agencies, they would have seen it for a $395 and gone, hey, $400 is out of my budget. My budget was $350. I can't afford to stay there. However, wrong. They can. You can buy, you could sell this hotel room to them for $350. You're making an amazing margin and they still feel like you've beat the online rate for them, which you would have. So I just want to clarify and really make this clear for you. Okay. So in Australia, you will pay net using your credit card and then you charge your client whatever you want. What RoomRes does is give you the guide to how much that the cheapest room is at that hotel online. And we do that by showing you this online rate here. Now, the online rate is a bookable rate. It's a commissionable rate. And if we use the Rendezvous again, if you book the online rate, the grey one, which is not the Archer special rate, but if you book that online rate, you would get $21.45 commission per night. You would pay us the gross at $395 and we remit that commission back if you book that grey button. However, why would you do that when you can book net using your credit card 266, the Archer special rate, and you pay RoomRes 266? You don't have to wait for any commission. You don't have to wait. You can then charge your client whatever you want for that room. You know, $395 is the cheapest online rate for that hotel. So you could charge anywhere from, if you wanted to sell it at cost price, which you'd be crazy to do, but you could sell it from anywhere from 266 to 395, and you know you're not going over the online rate. So as we come down the page, you'll see great margins. And this is just Singapore. I did a random search. Once you guys log in, search Europe, search Bali. You know, Australia's great, but as you probably know, in the middle of Toowoomba, there's not many hotels, so the rates aren't so competitive. But if you look in any major gateway city, the first page of RoomRes will always give you amazing opportunities to smash the online rates. Pan Pacific, really popular hotel, 457. Your Archer special rate, the cheapest room online is 634. So there is way more than the standard 10, 11, 12% that people think they earn online. And that's what RoomRes does. We give you the opportunity to name your own price. So before we move on from this sort order, I just want to explain. Imagine for argument's sake, your client comes to you and they say, hey, I was on one of these big online sites and they had the Shangri-La Singapore and I want that hotel, because that's what the online players are doing. What they're doing, they're pushing hotels to the top to make the customers come to you and say, I want that hotel, but then they're paying really poor commissions to agents or limiting your opportunity. So imagine the client came and said, hey, I want the Singapore Shangri-La. You came on RoomRes, you searched for the Singapore Shangri-La. The gap between the Archer special rate and the online rate wasn't that much difference. Well, you know, what you would then do, you would run the search for the dates in Singapore that your client wants. And you might say to them, hey, I can get you the Shangri-La if you want that, but have you considered, and then you switch sell them into one of these hotels, which may be better value for them and will earn you more money as an agent. And that's exactly what RoomRes does. So if we can't beat the one that your client's seen online, we will always give you a page or 2 pages of amazing hotels where you can switch sell them or provide them other options. They'll come to you with that Shangri-La in Singapore and you say, hey, well, have you considered the Rendezvous? I can get you in there for 350. How about the Peninsula? You know, and you can give them a couple of other options which they would never have considered. I mean, the Pan Pacific, super popular hotel, 634 online. You could get them in there for 550 a night, and they're still feeling like they're saving $80 off the online rate. So that's the most important thing. In the US, those that have been in the US profile, there it's a commissionable model when you book the Archer special rate. That is not what we do in Australia. So the Archer special rate, you will pay net, and then you charge your client whichever way. If you do, you know, bank transfer, or if you have like a Square account set up or a Stripe account, they're really easy to set up online. However you want to charge your client, PayPal, some people, but you pay Archer, you pay RoomRes, the nets on your credit card, and you charge your client. So let's jump into the Rendezvous, right? Because it's there, and we'll move in. You can play around with the platform. We've got a map search. We've got, you know, you can sort by low to high. As I said, maybe the Shang, yeah, there we go. I put the word Shang in, it picks up the Shangri-Las in there. So anyway, we're going to jump in with the Archer special rate for the Singapore. So you should now see a different page, which is our hotel page. If you can't, if it's still the same screen sharing, do let me know, because sometimes it stays on the previous screen, but you should be good. So as I scroll down, you should be seeing a blue box saying our top RoomRes recommendations here. So what we do, there's so many rates in the market. We find you the best ones from all the different suppliers out there. So we'll surface up to the top here, the cheapest rate, which does happen to be a flexible rate, then the cheapest bed and breakfast, and then we move into other categories. Now, these are just the kind of surfacing the cheapest rates and breakfast rates, but you can come here and look, that 266 there is the 266 here. So, you know, you can have a look at all the rates in the market. So superior room, hover over the information button, you get your breakdown of the cancellation policy. And just to note here at the top would be room only, then bed and breakfast. And on this left column is non-refundable, and on the right is flexible. So this is really interesting, right? This supplier has got a superior room, flexible cancellation for 266. There's another supplier who their cheapest rate for the superior room non-refundable is 335. So we show you that 266 because it's a better rate. We want you to make more money. So deluxe room, we move into other categories. You know, you can click on the room info and have a look and kind of play around and decide what's right for you. This rate has a slightly bigger discount on something there, some kind of inclusion. You can play around and see what's good for you. There's so many rooms. There's the club level rooms. So you can have a look. We're just going to keep it simple. We'll go room only, superior room. We'll book that room. Great rate. So that will now take us to the guest name page. Just going to put some dummy names in. Now, you get a breakdown of the full cancellation. You do see it on that previous page, but always best to kind of read it from here, I think. Any hotel notes would be there, renovation, resort fees, you know, any stuff you need to know. Now, the other most important thing to remember from this demo is do not pay and confirm here. Do not hold pay later. Select create itinerary. The reason why is you're going to get pay and confirm hold pay later on the next screen, but you're going to get a whole bunch of other options. So we're going to create itinerary. Now, why would we create an itinerary? Well, here we've got the pay and hold, as I mentioned. I'll talk about the hold in a moment. However, we're still building out our plan. When you select create an itinerary, we can now add a transfer to the hotel, from the hotel, add an attraction, so a tour or tickets for something. But you could also add another product, so another hotel, car hire, anything you want. But I'm going to show you a transfer quickly. So I click transfer, add transfer to the hotel. So create your itinerary with the hotel first. And then when you add the transfer, you'll notice it's picked up the hotel, the arrival date. You would need to put in your time depending on the flight. There, so continue. And it picks the number of packs up. So if I put Singapore in, there we go. We've got the ports. All the ports and airports are loaded. We're going to go airport to hotel. And this product, our itineraries are super popular with pre and post cruising. We make it really easy. So $79 or $79.50 per person there. Total price underneath gives you maximum suitcases, private car. These are net. All products on your profile are net, so they can all be marked up. So I'm just going to do another dummy load of details where you put your flight details in, departure country. I'm just going to select, you know, whatever. There you go. And the hotel's already built in. You get some details here. Free cancellation. We're going to add this to the itinerary. Just put in Mr. I always forget. Okay, and we're going to add this in. Great. Okay, we've added our car, then we've got our hotel. Let's do an attraction quickly. So it picks up Singapore, picks up our date. See how easy it is. It's super nice. I'll pick whichever one off the top. But this is how you can start creating some packages for your clients as well. And you can start to offer some real interesting products for them. And just instead of a hotel. So let's do city tour, right? Simple one. So I'm going to add that in. There's the tour, 2 people, gives you some description, some details when it's running, how long it is. And on the next page, it's going to give you just down here, call out. You even get the supplier's phone number. So if your client had some kind of disability or you wanted to find out, you know, can they substitute a meal? You can ask Roomrez, but with with tours and attractions, you've got the number, you can just give them a call, and often that's even quicker, and then you can come on and book it if it's right for you. So just going to put the name of the hotel, dummy info in. And once you guys do this a few times, it's so easy. Okay, and then we are going to add this into our itinerary. And just to call out here at the top, if you had a multi-day stay in a hotel, it would give you the option, do you want to do the tour on the day you check in or the day you check out? So it will give you those options, and you just pick whichever day. Because it was one day, it just automatically picks that day for us. So we're adding that into the itinerary. So we have our car, our hotel stay, and our attraction. I could do a transfer back to the hotel, back to the airport, or to a port for a cruise. We're not going to do that. So once you've built out your itinerary for your client, even if it's just a hotel, whatever it is, I would say you would then hold the booking in. When you hold a booking, as long as everything is refundable, a flexible rate, you can hold that booking in for 7 days without any payment. If you don't make payment within 7 days, that booking will automatically cancel. So on the plus side, you can hold in, you don't have to, you know, we won't automatically charge your card after 7 days. On the other side, you need to come in, make sure you pay, otherwise it will cancel. If the booking cancels, we cannot get back the old price for you. We cannot get back the room for you if it's sold out of the hotel. What we can do for you is extend booking. So if you need 1 or 2 more days till you can get the client over the line or take payment, message our team here in Sydney and they will extend the hold for you if we can. But if the booking cancels, the held booking cancels, and then you come back and the prices have shot up, we can't do anything about it. It's the nature of dynamic rates. When certain rates sell out, then it's the next best rate is available. It gives you a bit of a breakdown as to how the hold works here. But in a summary, we can hold for 7 days. You must come in your profile and then pay for that booking. If you don't, it will cancel. But when the booking's held, it's locked in, the rate will not change, the availability is there. So you would quote to your client once it's held. So you come in, you hold the booking. I'm not going to do that because this is a live Archer account. That booking would then, let's do it. I'll show you. If I jump home, it says we're going to add this to our itinerary. So let's imagine we're starting fresh again. Well, what did we just do? We didn't hold the booking in. So it's not in our held bookings. Someone else's is. This is someone else's, not Michael King. With reservations, no, we didn't book it. This is where they come when we book it, so we can get our voucher, we can send special requests from here. What about itineraries? Well, that's where it is. It was a draft. So here you can see Michael Bond, that's the one. There's a few other people been building some drafts here, and here it is. So this is the one we did, the rendezvous, the transfer, the attraction. So now I can have a look at it. There we go. And it reminds us at the top, it hasn't been held or paid for. So you would come in, you would press hold. Once you hold, that booking would then move into this section, held bookings. You would come in and then you could pay for it. Okay. So that's the workflow that works really well. If the booking is non-refundable or one of those components is non-refundable, you can't hold it. You would need to leave it in your drafts. When you're ready to pay, come in, press refresh rates because the rates can change, and then, you know, you're good to go. So anyway, you would hold, generally you would hold, and then once you've got the held booking, your customer's ready to go, or you want to send them a quote, you do this. You see this green button, quote. So you can hold the booking. We can send a really pretty quote to our client. So it says generate quote with default content. I think that's easy. However, customizing is easy. So let's ignore this part and let's go on to here. Singapore Escape. Let's call it we change here, add a title, and we're going to call it the Birthday Escape. And we could say, just so you can see what's possible, private transfers. We're going to edit. You could edit anything you want in these 3 buttons. You can do what you like. Do you want to include the customer name? Yes. Do you want to include the dates? Yes, we do. That's already it. Do we want a total price? Yes. So now it tells you here, your agent, your net rate is 535. That's what you're going to pay room res. Now, what do you want to charge your clients? So we've got the hotel, the attraction, the transfer. You want to bundle it into one price. It's value. That's where the pro. So 535, we're going to charge the client for this $850. You're going to earn 300 roughly on this package you're going to sell them. Do you want to add prices you're quoting for each element? No, you don't. You don't want to tell them the price of that. Well, some people might, but the value is in the package. You don't want them dissecting it and, well, I'm paying this. Can I get this cheaper? You bundle it up. Now, we do give you the option in case you wanted to do that. And we'll show you, you know, the nets for each thing there. However, I think the value is in the package. Now, this part, I think you'll love this package. Great value. Cool. You can put your name here. Call Mike to discuss on 556677. Any message you want, whatever you want in there. Now, if you had flights, see this little drop down, click more options. Not many people see this. Super cool. We're going to include flights. You can play around with this. bottom section, flights. I won't change the details, but I'm going to show you how cool this is. You can put the price in for flights if you're booking flights for them. And then we're going to select the Archer Travel logo. Now click generate quote at the bottom of the page. It gives you this URL. This is what you're going to send to your client. You can just right click, copy, or highlight, copy, or let's click on it and take a look at it. Look how pretty this is, right? So we've got our customized title here, guest price, guest name. That's all customized. We customize this part here. Here's the hotel. They can have a look, play around with it, buy into what you've sold them. There's the attraction. Looks super great. They can really immerse themselves in what you've got. Here's the transfers. There's the flights, right? So we give you a cut, like just an image of a plane, but you can book the flights for them, or if they've got flights, you can include that there. Here's our customized message. And they can tell you they like it, which is a super strong buying signal, right? So they would click there, they put their name, their email address. You get an email sent to you saying, hey, you know, Joe Bloggs said they love this package, contact them. And that's when you can take their money. Now, all you need to do as a reminder is this URL at the top. And you can send that to them on Facebook, on WhatsApp, to their email. They can look at it on their phone. It renders really nicely. If I all of a sudden kind of do this, you know, and we scroll through, it's all rendered really nicely. So super nice and clean there for your clients, and a really nice way. So just a reminder, I'm going to shut this down just to remind you where that was. It's this customer quote button. Now, don't worry, you can create a quote as a draft booking, as a held booking, or even if you pay for it. If you forget to do the quote and you pay for the booking, you can then come in your reservations and still do it. So, but that's a major feature. Makes you look super slick, professional, really nice. People who use quotes sell a lot more. We did some analysis with Archer in the US, and that was our finding. The more you use a quote to sell to your clients, the more they will buy. They love them. So play around with the quote feature. So that, and then once you make the booking, you would then come in with a held booking. It will look exactly the same, apart from you won't have the hold item. It will then say pay and confirm. I think I did kind of show you someone else's. Let's jump in here. Here's what a held booking looks like. So no hold option, just pay. You would then come in, pay this amount here, and then we debit that from your credit card or debit card. We don't charge any fees. There's no fees on any credit card payment. And you would see the itinerary number and roomres.com next to the charge. And you can really easily know, okay, this reference number, well, then you can search for it in your reservations. When you pay for a booking, it will come into this section. And you will be able to see all the details of what you booked. And there is a section here where you can add a special request, you know, early check-in if possible. That's always subject to availability, never guaranteed. High floor, you know, honeymoon, please treat the client well. Any special request that's subject to availability, that is always kind of added there, and we pass that to the hotel. They're subject to availability. Remind your guest at check-in to ask the hotel. So if you book like a twin/double room and they want a double bed, send a special request, and when they check in, say, hey, if a king is available, please give it to us. Most hotels always do their best to accommodate, you know, low floor, high floor, stuff like that. If it's something you need guaranteed, you would make the booking or hold the booking in, send us the booking number, and you say, hey, I need to guarantee there's going to be in the fridge in the room. I can't see from the room description. My client's child is diabetic. They've got insulin, got to store it in the fridge. I need it guaranteed. Hold the booking in or make the booking, send us the booking number. We'll go off and guarantee it. But special requests in there, subject to availability. But the nice thing is they'll show on your customer documentation. So when you pay for a booking, what do you get? What do you receive from RoomRes? You will receive, firstly, this email. This is your agent invoice. This is not to be sent to the client. This is your invoice as a professional travel agent. This will break down the net rate that you've paid RoomRes. Do not send it to your client if you've charged them more, because you will be revealing your margin and the net rate, and you don't want to do that. Okay. You would create your own invoice for the client or receipt once you do that. We are B2B only. We do not speak to your clients. We only deal with the travel agent and your payments. And we will not speak to your client because we don't know what you've charged the client. We don't know if you've made something that is refundable, non-refundable. We don't show on the client's documents, we don't show cancellation policy. We don't show any pricing at all. So I'll show you that in a moment. But this is what you would get to your email address. Gives you the breakdown of what you booked, cancellation policy, how many loyalty points you've earned. I'll go into that in a moment. And attached to this email will then be the client voucher. So then as a PDF, but this is also available in your online account, in your recent reservations. It will appear here, customer coupon, but you get it via email. So I just want to kind of show you this. You see here, there is your details will be here as the travel agent. If they have any problems whilst they travel, they'll be calling you. We don't speak to the agents. We cannot service the agents. So they will come to you and then you contact our support team here. We have 24/7 support team here in Australia and Sydney and a team out in Tampa for our US business. So you will notice here there's no pricing, there's no cancellation policy. That's all set by you for the client. Now, these vouchers, I don't tend to use them. I rock up to the hotel, I book on RoomRes, I give them my passport, my credit card for the bond, right? Hey, yeah, take the bond, there's my ID. They'll have the reservation in their system. But some clients like to hold something, a piece of paper. They're not really required, but sometimes it does, some clients like that, especially more, for holidays and kind of leisure trips and stuff like that. So that's what you'll receive on email, your invoice and then the voucher, but you can get the voucher from your reservations here. And then if you wanted to cancel a booking, you would also come in and cancel. For any changes, you would actually contact us at support@room-res.com or call the team here. Sometimes it'll be a cancel rebook. Sometimes we can make the change for you. Because we work with lots of different suppliers, they all have different ways of doing things. And so we will always work on the best way to do it for you. So if you need some kind of change or you've got a problem, just reach out, let us know, and we'll do our best to help you. That's our customer service team. That's the product in terms of making a booking, an itinerary and a quote. Let's talk about our loyalty scheme. The more you book on Room, every time you book, you earn dollars. So let me show you. I'll go back and we'll select the Pan Pacific again. We'll shut that one down. And I'm going to show you just as a reminder. Book. So we're booking. Just down here, you see, earn 133 points. So the more you book on RoomRes, you will accrue rewards. The rewards will be pending in your account until the client checks out. Of course, we can't give you the points and you can spend them because if you cancel the booking, then those points wouldn't be there. So you make a booking, the points will be pending. When the client checks out, they then become available to spend. We run a lot of different promotions, and those that are attending the webinar today, there is a little bonus for you guys, which is nice to get you started. We run a lot of double point promos, triple point promos, but we also have a tiering system. So make a certain amount of bookings, move up the tier from silver to gold. Your earn rate also goes up. Once you go from silver to platinum, your earn rate goes up even higher, up to about 1.7, 1.9% of the booking value back in points. So we have lots of agents who are booking very nice stays and hotels using these points, and we love it. So if you want more details on the, and your points will appear here when they've been made anyway. So if you want more details on the loyalty scheme, you can have a read through here. Silver tier, 1 booking, you make 60 bookings, you go to gold. And then 120 bookings and you go to platinum, and it kind of breaks it down a bit more here for you. But super attractive, one of the best loyalty schemes in the market, the most generous. So once you start putting through bookings of a few $1,000s, your points rack up very, very quickly and you'll be booking something nice for yourself. Or on the other side, you could use those points to discount someone else's booking. Let me show you, and make more money, right, on the margin. So let me just try and show you where you apply the point. So I'm going to jump into, let's use our itinerary. There it is at the top, the rendezvous. So let's go in. If I go down the bottom here, points. So I don't have any points, but if I click this box, let's pretend I had, so the price is 535. Let's pretend I had $500 in points. I apply $500. See, the price now says it was 535. Now I'm going to be charged $35.91, and that's it. So that's how it works. And then we would charge your card that amount. Okay. So that's how the loyalty scheme works. Very attractive. But I think the main call out today, look, realize the value here in these two prices. You will book the Archer Travel special rate. That's the best one for you. Book, you know, if we're not competitive, run a search. That first page, second page will always help you smash the online rates. Okay. You will always have potential here to earn 20% margin and more. Build an itinerary. That's a key thing as well. And use our quotes. Okay. So now before I pause for the Q&A session, which I really, guys, there are no silly questions. Ask anything you like. Okay. I want you guys to really get into using the platform, feel comfortable. I'm going to show you something that no one else has seen. Let me see if I can make this happen for you. We have something launching. Hold on. We're testing. Let me see. It might not work. If not, I'll do another demo. Another multi. No, I can't get it to happen. I was hoping to be able to show you something. We've got no, I can't. Can't make it happen. But we've got multi-day touring launching, which is basically 7-night package in India or Italy or Bali. All the hotels arranged for you, all the tours in, just one price. You book it off the shelf for your client. They're going to be super popular. We're launching that on Monday. I was hoping to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, but it's not working right now. So I maybe will jump into the questions. If I can get that working by the end of it, then I will give you a shout. But happy to open up for questions, as that's kind of more important.
Perfect. Okay. So the first question is, we are supposed to book the Archer Travel special rate, not the online rate, correct?
Correct. That's it. You can book the other rate, but you won't be earning the good margins you can. You'll be booking the Archer Travel special rates.
Okay. Next question is, if we do book the Archer special rate and that's net pricing and we put in our own commission, do we need to use our own credit cards, or are we using the client's credit cards?
You're never using the client credit card on RoomRes. It's always your own card. So that you will always pay RoomRes the net, whatever the total price is there, and then you can charge your client whatever you want.
Perfect. Okay. Next question is, the login is the same if they got transferred over from the USA to Australia, correct?
Yep, the login is exactly the same password, same email address that you were using on the US. It should just log you straight in here. If you've got any concerns, just look out for the AUD on the pricing. That will let you know for sure you're in the correct account.
Perfect. Next question is, for itinerary, do we use our clients' emails and phone numbers or our own?
So it will ask you, that's a good question. And it will ask you like more for, I think they're referring like to the touring and the attractions. So some agents prefer to put in their own so they control all the information going to the client. Other times, other agents put in the client's information so that the data goes straight to the client. There won't be any pricing on that information going to them. So you're fine to put the client's details in. It's up to you. Depends how you manage your client and your booking. Some travel agents are really specific around controlling the whole narrative and all the documents and everything, that flow of information. Other agents are more comfortable in going, hey, I'm going to put my client's details in, because they might be on a 3-week tour around Europe and, they want the client just to be receiving the information. However, it is then important to advise the client, keep an eye on your spam, keep an eye on your email, because the touring company might send tickets through or communicate about a hotel pickup or a change in time. So it's entirely up to you.
Okay, perfect. Next question is there any way we can put together a package to advertise without putting client details, or can we use dummy details?
I'm trying to dissect that question. Packages, yes, because that's what we do. Yeah. So yes, there is. Great question, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, this is not many people are going to be using this. I can't believe this question's been asked, but it's great. I'm going to do a quick demo for you because we built something especially for this. So let me do a London search and I'll do it really quick. Okay. It's like creating an itinerary, but you see a template up here. We call it a template. What we allow you to do is create exactly that, a package without details. And I'll show you where to do it. So that person who asked that question, we have a niche bundle of travel agents who are doing that kind of thing. And what you need to do, once you pick your rate, you will do it from the passenger details page. So you notice here, I want to create a template for marketing purposes. So it's funny this will seem like this was a pre-planned question, Amanda. It wasn't at all, but
No, it
it's
wasn't.
unbelievable, right? We don't often get asked that, but I'm going to show you. Oh, actually, I don't put names in because, as you said, no customer names. I want to create a template. Click that link. It says I'm building a template for marketing. This will create a template with no names. You can't book the template, but you can duplicate it and add new names. So what it does, it puts guest 1, guest 2, automatically creates an itinerary, and now it does something called a template in progress. So what you would do here is now build out the package like I did before, add your transfer, add your stuff. You would finalize the template, and then with that template, it becomes a shell. It would sit in your templates. London package. Now this, not many of you are going to use this, but that person who asked is great there. So now we would have, if I go view only templates, there it is, right? Archer 1. What you would do, you come into that package, you would then use this button, the duplicator, to then clone that package, pick the dates you want to sell the package and reprice it to, and put the client names in, and then you create the itinerary. So that's how you create the shell. You create a template, then you come in the template, select duplicator, then you pick your dates, and RoomRes will reprice it on any date that you pick and make sure you get the best pricing. Put the customer name in, then that quote you can send on Facebook without names, without that. You can merchandise these quotes as well. So anyway, have a play around with that. We can do another session on that if there's a demand for it. But amazing question. I can't believe that. Thank you.
That's awesome. Next question is, can the quote itinerary be printed for those that only want a hard copy?
Yes, they can, but they're not so pretty. I'm not going to lie. So here we go. Let's have a look at that quote. Actually, let me quickly show you. So if I go into the itinerary, if we go customer quote, if I generate with default content for speed, or actually there. So there, generate PDF. So there's the link that's really pretty. Now the PDFs, you can use them. We're more of an online platform. So you can, there's the stuff, it's there, it's doable. However, it doesn't have that wow factor, that the online kind of thing. But yes, you can. you can add all the details in, add pricing in, and so yes, you can.
Okay, perfect. Next question, which I think you should just stay on that page. Can I
Oh,
add my independent travel agent logo to the quote?
yes, you can. So what you would do, just email roomres.com with your logo, and then we may be able to add that to your profile, and then it will add as another logo here, and you can then select that logo. So yeah, I believe we can do that. We've just done a release. I mean, I'm 89% sure we can, but do forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we can. So contact support@room-res.com. This is my email address. I've got an Archer profile. Please, can you try adding this login, and then you can have a play around with that. It should work for you. It'll appear on your vouchers as well, maybe.
Okay, perfect. Okay, next question. Can we edit the agent contact details I originally set up with my personal email, but now have a business email and phone number, and I would like to change them?
Yeah, so reach out to Archer Travel head office, your contact there. They will then send us an email saying, "Hey, please change these registered details for the agent," and then we'll get that done, and then you're good to go, and we'll advise you once that's done on the new email. So yeah.
Okay, and you all should know the email. You can email australia@archertravel.com. Um, perfect. Okay, next question. So can we build an itinerary over a couple different countries and hotels on one custom itinerary?
Indeed. So this was Singapore. If I click add another product, it's going to take us there. Then we could do London, as I was just playing around with London. And then you add another hotel in, you add a car in, you can make it as big as possible. The only thing to remember is once you've booked an itinerary, you can cancel, but you can't really amend it all too much, or hold. But yes, you can. We have loads of people doing European travel. The good thing is you can hold it all in at once, all the items, but you have to pay for it all at once as well. You can't split payments out. So keep that in mind. If you're building a really big itinerary and it's a few grand, you need to make sure that you can pay for it all on the credit card in one go. So just keep that. Be mindful of that you've got the facilities on your credit card. If it's 3 grand, we would debit the full amount straight away. So if you're building a big itinerary, that's the only thing to keep in mind. We can't split payments.
So so the only way they can put in the pricing is when they do the custom itinerary or template, right?
Yeah, so when you build out the customer quote that goes to the client here, so I'm on one here, it says, "Do you want to display a total price?" Now, this is for the quote only, right? So we say 900, generate the quote. We click that quote, it's going to show 900 here, right? You send that to the client, they say yes. Now, pricing will not appear anywhere else. We don't show that pricing on the voucher or anywhere else to the client. So you would then invoice the client or send them that, but we don't show it on the vouchers because we have people booking hotels as part of a package and they don't want the client to see the pricing of the hotel. So yeah, we don't add any pricing or cancellation policy anywhere.
Okay, perfect.
And really, just to call out, the reason is because we're a net rate model in Australia, agents are marking it up quite significantly and earning great margins whilst their client gets value. But we're not that kind of commissionable model here where the retail price goes on there and you get your little clip of the commission. That's not really what we do here.
Okay, and okay, so that's answered. Okay, so we're having some like commission questions, which are sort of
Yep.
separate, I feel like.
Yep.
So I'll just say, any of those questions you guys can email to australia@archertravel.com, or maybe Dave can do a side training or have our commissions department do training on commissions. Okay. I think because you answered that one while you were a few of them you answered while you were doing other questions, so I don't feel like I have to ask that.
Yeah, look, I think the big thing, some agents, right, if they've worked in travel businesses before, what they tend to do, the offices had, we came in and disrupted the market, right? They were used to going, right, hey, everyone in the team, use this platform, and we're going to get 11% commission, right? And then what they did, then they had access to net rates like these, and they would then come on and they would, for argument's sake, let's have a look. The Novotel, right? 386. They would say, right, that's the net rate, add 11% on top and sell it to the client. However, when the online rate is 674, you would be crazy just to add 11% on. Why would you do that, right? You could sell. What we try to do is show you can sell this anywhere from 386 to 674, depending on what kind of margin you want to make. And that's the thing, the agents love the net rates and love this display because it's very easy to see, okay, how much should I add on top? What can I really go for here? What's it selling for online, and what can I buy it at? So what you don't want to do is just think that we should be selling it for every hotel for the same price, because that's not what you should do. There is agents who tell their customers, I can beat the online rates, and there's others that say, yeah, okay, I'll match the online rate, and they will sell this Novotel for 674, and they'll buy for 386. That's how RoomRes became very popular in Australia and smashed the market. So, if any of you are thinking as well, well, how do I put a commission? What do I do? How do I firstly, like Amanda said, contact Dave with commission questions. But if you're thinking, how much should I add on top? Well, this is what's giving you that guide. And you can click in there and have a look at what's selling online for that price, which room types, and then have a look here as well. So what you don't want to be doing is underselling as well. If your clients can not get anywhere near 386 for this, guaranteed. So anyway, I'll shut up now, but just want to make really clear.
That's really great, Mike, and that's a great way for them to be able to compare the rates that are actually online and the rate you're giving them, so they can make that amazing margin. So that's perfect.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Well, I know we would love to have you, because the agents have it seems they're very excited. Lots of questions today, so I'm sure they would love to have you back for another training. We'll have to figure out what that will be about, but we are really excited to have you as a new supplier, and I know all the agents are too. I think that's all the questions we have for today. Is there anything else that you want to say before we leave?
No, look, we're super excited to launch with Australian agents here. We've had many reaching out to us and to you guys at Archer requesting it. So have a play around with the system, call our support team, tell them you're an Archer Travel Australian agent. They know we're launching with you guys. We'll walk you through the platform, how to create a itinerary, happy to support you and to help you make a lot of money, which is what this is all about, right? Get value for your clients, make a lot of money. They'll tell their friends and family, and that way you'll get more bookings. So contact us. We're really looking forward to working with you all.
Oh, I forgot, Mike. Did you tell them what they received if they joined us on the live webinar today?
I said there was a little sneaky bonus, 10 member rewards for every person that $10 in RoomRes rewards. So yeah, that'll be deposited into your account and you'll see that appear. Give us a little bit of time to get that added, but it will appear in the next week or two.
Awesome. Well, that's really exciting too. So all your support and everything, and also just thank you for getting this all together for the Australian agents. I know they're so excited to use this. So really appreciate you. Thank you for coming and doing this training. And thank you, all the Australian agents, for joining us today. And thank you so much, Mike. And if anyone has any other questions that are separate, please email australia@archertravel.com. And any questions that had to do with RoomRes, he showed you on oh my gosh, sorry, my brain's going. He showed you its support at room-res.com. So thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
See ya. Thanks for having me. Have a great day, everyone.